Hi again guys, back again for another video. Today, as you can see in here, I've got a stunning Yamaha Acoustic in front of me. So I hope you've been keeping well. It's been a little while since I've done a talking video. I've been very busy trying to survive, stay safe, and been doing a lot of lessons online with Skype. So thank you to all those students who've been supporting me on Skype. It's been amazing. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So why have I got this acoustic today? Well, I picked this up recently and I thought it'd be a really good idea to do a video on. If you're not hip to these guitars, they've got effects built into them. So kind of crazy. They call it the Transacoustic range from Yamaha. So this guitar has built-in reverb and chorus, which, yeah, I wanted to know, is it a gimmick or is it actually, is it workable? Does it sound good? What's it feel like to play? So yeah, I'll be putting the guitar through its paces today and hopefully enjoy a bit of acoustic playing. It's a little bit different from what I'd normally do, but it's good to flex a different muscle, I guess. So hope you enjoy this video. Here we go. Okay, so I just wanted to talk you quickly through the setup today. As you can see, it's an acoustic. I've not plugged it in. The whole point of doing this video was to show how amazing these effects are just completely from the guitar. So you can see it's, well, there's the camera. It's not even plugged in. We've got a microphone in front of us. We've got the Aston Stealth mic. That's going into behind me with the flashy lights. The Allen Heath Mix Wizard. And that's into Cubase. So it's a very basic setup. There's no trickery going on. We're just trying to capture what I'm hearing in the room. And what I'm hearing in the room sounds lovely. So I really hope this comes across on YouTube nicely. Okay, so I'm just going to go really quick on the specs on this guitar. I don't want to dwell on it for too long, so I want to get to playing it. But we've got this Dreadnought style guitar here. We've got a lovely brown sunburst finish. Looks gorgeous in this sort of gloss finish. Nightmare for fingerprints though, so bad for me with my sweaty hands. We've got a solid englemann spruce on the top, which is lovely. This has actually been aged. It's what Yamaha called the ARE, which is Acoustic Resonance Enhancement. Glad I got that in one go. That's tricky to remember. And that's basically where they put the top, they cook it. So imagine popping it in the oven for a bit, and it dries the wood out, and it kind of gives you the feel of an old guitar, even though it's a brand new guitar. So that's pretty cool. I've never had anything like this before, got to be totally honest, a bit skeptical to it, but so far in person I'm loving it. The back and sides, as you can see, a lovely gloss again. They are solid rosewood. So a guitar at this price point, that's really cool to be getting solid woods all over it. So there's no laminate sides or backs here. And the neck, lovely neck, kind of not too chunky, not too thin, just the perfect acoustic kind of feel really. It's actually a 5-ply of, what have we got here? Mahogany and rosewood, so we'll get a close-up of that. And again, it's got this nice satin finish on it, so it doesn't get too sticky when you're playing, which I like. Other than that, it's a standard acoustic. It feels and, it's what you'd expect when you buy an acoustic guitar, really. We've got nice gold tuners. I don't know if they're anything specific. Binding all over the guitar, and the bit that I really want to talk about is obviously the electronics built into this. So the beauty of this guitar is we don't actually need to be plugged in for all these effects to work, which is extraordinary. So there's two AA batteries on the side, and that powers an actuator, which is essentially a speaker. So inside this guitar, we'll try and get a close-up somehow, there's a speaker, and that essentially is on the back of the guitar, and it projects the effects out the front through the sound hole. Very clever. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a bit of the acoustic just completely dry, and I'm going to go through all the basic sounds for you. So here's the guitar completely dry, just like a normal acoustic. I'll play some chords. So straight away, it's a lovely sound, really. I'll play something a bit harder, a bit more percussive, which is the style I like to do on the acoustic. Too hard. Cool, so I'm going to start off by slapping down the middle control, which basically turns it off and on. So you hold it down for 2 seconds, and that turns the effects on. So I'm going to put everything down, and I'm going to turn on a bit of room reverb. So again, this is it dry, nothing, and here's halfway up. So I'm just going to sort of strum a chord and cut the note so you can kind of hear the tail of the reverb there. There you go, so it's quite a short, snappy reverb. So I'm just going to play a couple of chords. Okay, so with a bit of reverb, it just kind of brings the guitar to life. You know, it kind of feels like it's a gig again with all the lovely ambience. So I'm just going to play a few bluesy bits and just show you what it can do. So this is again the room reverb on full. Okay, so now I'm going to switch over to the hall reverb. So just dial it a bit more in, and we've got hall reverb. So we'll try a bit of finger picking with this, a bit more subtle. So here we go. So here's full hall reverb. So much longer decay. Sounds lovely. So again, I imagine this will sound greater for finger picking than strumming, but we'll see. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the bit that I'm really excited about, the chorus. So obviously my music taste, I'm a big fan of everything 80s, so you know, there's a lot of chorus and a lot of songs in the 80s, so I'm going to whack it on halfway. So this is what we've got. Go back to a pick. Just going to mess around and play a couple of songs and yeah, so there's sounds. This is halfway, and then the next example I'll go up to full. So. Love that. Now I'm going to turn it up to full, see what happens. So the chorus in this, mixed with the reverb, for me, it makes me very happy. That's the sort of sound I like to hear when I'm playing acoustic. It's not quite 12 string, but it kind of puts you in that sort of zone. So I'm going to play a couple of more riffs for you and see what you think. Perfect for those big 80s ballads, really. So again, just to remember where we've come from, this is the guitar dry again. You kind of don't realise when you know how much it does. You get so used to it so quickly. So again, I've just turned everything off. It's just. Right at the start of the video, I thought that sounded really great, and it probably still does. But I'm just so used to this lovely blanket of reverb and chorus. I really miss it. Let's whack it back on again. Here it comes. So by far my favourite setting is going to be full reverb and maybe chorus halfway. That just gets me in the sweet spot. You know, the room reverb was pretty cool as well, but I just like the big ballads, so more the better really. I'm an 80s sort of person at heart. Yeah, so that's a few of the sounds from the guitar. So hopefully we're able to capture the sounds, because in the room it sounds quality. Really, really like this guitar. So I'm just going to do a bit of a summary and then a little bit more playing, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. Okay, so to summarise, as you can probably tell, smile on my face, really like this guitar. It's really fun to play. I find it really inspiring. So it just makes you want to sit down on the sofa and just, you know, pick through some of your favourite tunes, or even do a bit of writing. And you can't really put a price on that. It's just, I feel very inspired to play the guitar, which is awesome. So, you know, the effects on built, I'm really impressed with these. I think I mentioned this earlier in the video, but it's really hard to turn them off. You get so used to it that when you turn them off, you forget how basic the guitar sounds. And it still sounds great without the effects, obviously, like a normal acoustic, but it's kind of one of those things. I wish all my acoustics had this. So, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but, you know, I'm absolutely loving it. So as long as the batteries are still got plenty of juice left in them, I'm perfectly happy. So I will explain a couple of negative points, or mainly just one, and it's a really small little niggle. But if you were to gig this guitar, I don't know why, but there's a button on the back, but there's no strap button on the you know, normally it's on the back of the neck or whatnot. Nothing. So you'd have to do the whole Bob Dylan, tie a bit of string around the headstock, I guess, which perfectly fine. Or if you're feeling brave enough, I guess drill one in yourself. Again, I guess that's totally normal, but it would have been nice to have that included, I guess. But you know, it's not really that much of a big issue, really. The guitar really makes up for it. I mean, when you think about the quality of the woods you're getting on this, the technology built inside it as well, and it even comes with a decent padded gig bag, really can't complain. So yeah, it's a real big thumbs up from me. But at the start of the video, I was kind of thinking, how am I going to go with this video? Am I going to say it's a gimmick and it's fun for, to muck about with, or is it, is it the way forward for acoustics? And I think if you're sat in, at home on your sofa strumming along, there's nothing better than being able to grab a couple of effects on, and normally that involves plugging into a PA or whatnot, or your favourite acoustic amp. But just me being purely lazy, I love that I can just dial it in and it's really easy to use. So I think Yamaha have done a great job with this. Anything that gets in the way of playing is annoying. So I can just pick the guitar up, push a button for a second, and the effects are ready to go. So, I think it's a great idea. Is it a future of acoustic guitar? I don't know. It's certainly fun. Again, I'd like to try this in a gig environment, but I think it's more built for people at home, if you want to do a bit of writing or just strum along to some songs. It's just great to have that moment of inspiration. Nothing's worse than getting that, I want to play a bit of guitar, and then, I've got to plug in this, got to plug in that, load up a tab. By the time you've done that, you've lost interest. I think this is just so easy. Grab it, hit the button, and you're ready to go. So I'm absolutely loving it. So I want to know in the comments, does anybody else have one of these? Is this your first time kind of seeing one of these? I mean, they've been around for a couple of years now. I've only just sort of caught on to the whole trend of them, but like you can tell, I'm loving it. So let me know, has anybody got one of these? Has anybody got any further questions about the guitar? Is there anything else you want to hear me do on the guitar? Please drop me a comment below. And thank you again for watching. I hope you found this video useful. Please leave me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you on the next video. So I'm just going to play you out with a little bit of finger picking, just to show how dynamic this guitar can be as well. So thanks again for watching. See you next time.